So I did it. I finally, after a week late video, but now I finally got to watch Fantastic Four First Steps, the latest attempt at the Fantastic Four on the big screen. And it's the first one to get positive reviews, which is kind of awesome. And I didn't go to see the movie last week because I was at Rally for GalaxyCon, which is where I got this incredible poster of all of the main characters over here, and it looks really nice. And I'm so happy to get this poster. And before I give you my thoughts on this one, I should probably give you my thoughts on all the previous Fantastic Four movies. Not gonna lie, I really enjoy the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie for what it is. Like, it really is interesting to watch a movie that was never released but was bootlegged, and it's a decent, cheesy, fun time. And it's very low budget, but it's a cheesy, fun time. And it has some good moments in that movie. And I really enjoyed the 2005 Fantastic Four movie for what it was. I thought it was fun, and Chris Evans stole the show, as well as Michael Shitlicks, if I could, if I pronounced his name right or wrong. And I thought the costumes looked really neat, and I thought it captured what the Fantastic Four looks like and with the colorful tone. I thought Rise of the Silver Surfer was fine, and not just because of the Galactus turn cloud. It's that the movie was not as fun as the first one. I don't know why. And I don't need to explain about Fantastic because that movie sucks. And I did like when Mr. Fantastic showed up in Multiverse of Madness, even if he revealed to Wanda his Black Bolt's powers. And I thought Johnny Storm's cameo on Deadpool Wolverine was awesome to see. But now we have our MCU Fantastic Four. Well, kinda, because this movie's not technically set in the MCU. I mean, it's an part of the MCU, but the movie takes place in an alternate universe and retro 1960s. In this film, the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, they had to try to protect Reed and Sue's child, Franklin, from Galactus before he can get him. And I really thought this film was very fun. I really thought this was a great movie, and it makes really more excited for Avengers Doomsday and to see these characters again. It will be very awesome. And I heard that Reed Richards gonna have a gonna lead kind of lead the Avengers from what I've heard. It's just like a rumor or something like that. Um, and I thought, but so let's start with what I like about the movie is visually the film looks incredible. I'll try to avoid some fantastic puns. Um, but this film, it has some great visuals from like the set pieces, especially like at the mansions, like the house and the buildings. It looks really nice for especially especially considering this movie set in the 1960s. It looks really good. And I really thought the costumes, wow, look really cool. And like it looked much better in action watching the movie. The costume looks so good. I really love the costumes, and they look really nice in the film. And the action is well done in the movie. All the action, especially at the one moment where they try to escape, and go back to Earth at during while they were attacked while the Silver Surfer was trying to stop them to get Franklin. And of course the big climax battle, which I'll get into later, cause I'll I'll talk about spoilers at the climax. Um, and also, I thought Herbie was cute in the movie for his design and the noise that he makes. Um, and I really like the actors in the movie. Of course, Pedro Pascal is really good as Reed Richards, as I expected, because he's a good actor. Ebon Moss, don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he is really good as Ben Richards. He is a very good not Reed Richards, the Dane. He gives an amazing performance, and his design looks really, really awesome. It's really cool to see Ben Grimm. This is like, because this is the first the thing in live action to wear uh shirts, because all the four Fantastic Four movies, he was always shirtless. And in Fantastic he was naked. But they give him a Fantastic Four shirt to wear, and he also wears a suit. And I thought that was very cool, and he was a very awesome character. And thought when he said "Excalibur time," it was epic. And I thought Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm was a lot of fun. He had some very fun scenes, not funny scenes, some fun lines, and he steals the show. And I really, especially in that one scene where he gives a speech to Silver Surfer about her past and try to redeem herself, and he gives a very amazing speech about to her, and and I really thought his flaming effects were really well done in this movie. They looked, no pun intended, yeah, pun intended, fire. And of course, Vanessa Kirby is incredible in the movie. She is pretty much the heart of the film. She really is, especially when she's trying to protect her child, and especially when she stops Galactus. You want her to stop Galactus and save Franklin in the scene, in the climax of the film. And Vanessa Kirby is wonderful in the film, and she shares some great scenes with Pascal. And of course, I really, and my thoughts on the Silver Surfer. I thought she was a cool character in it. I never was bothered by having a female Silver Surfer, because once I knew that that was part of the comics, I was like, that's cool, whatever. If it was part for the movie, I was like, what are you doing? But since Norrin Rad isn't technically the only Silver Surfer in the comics, eh, cool. And she was memorable for the amount of scenes that she was in. She was first loyal to Galactus, but after the speech that Human Torch gave to her, she finds redemption and pretty much sacrifices herself at the climax. And the design of her looks really neat. The CGI on her looks nice, especially on the silver. And of course, Galactus. One thing, of course, the main praise I want to give this movie about Galactus is that they finally got his design right. I don't know what Tim Story was thinking when he turned Galactus into a cloud and Rise the Silver Surfer, but I'm glad Marvel and Matt Shackman finally made Galactus look like Galactus, and he looks very menacing, and when he shows up, I feel threatened. He doesn't have a lot of screen time. I mean, I was surprised at how kind of short the movie was in terms of the pacing. It felt quite shorter than I thought. It's only an hour and 55 minutes from what I can remember last time I researched. But Galactus went, and the climax was very awesome. And I thought moment was all right for some scenes that he was in. And but one thing that was interesting about the film was the climax, because I went to the movie thinking that maybe Galactus would win the battle and that Fantastic Four might escape their home and then go to the main MCU timeline. Mainly because that's sort of what happens in Thunderbolts, where we saw a spaceship of the Fantastic Four, where we see the new Avengers seeing it. But no, that's not what happened. Instead, they try to protect Franklin from Galactus, but Galactus captures him. But then Sue Storm tries to stop Galactus from getting Franklin. And the more she tries to stop her, and she starts to die. But then later they put Galactus into another portal. And at first he made there, but then he escaped. And then Human Torch was about to sacrifice himself, but then Silver Surfer was like, "Step aside, I'm sacrificing myself." And then Galactus is defeated. And Reed Racers tried to save Sue, but it was kind of too late until Franklin saved Sue's storm, which was very surprising. That was like a shocking ending for me, honestly. I didn't expect the movie to end like that. Though technically the movie ends with them going to the Ted Gilbert show and they were about to see the audience, but there was like an alert going on, and they later drive to their fantastic car, and that's the end of the movie. I also like the one cameo of the Roger Corman Fantastic Forecast. I thought that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I got spoiled by that by a YouTube post. Now let's talk the post credit scene, which of course has takes place 4 years later, and where not Bent, Franklin Richards has aged and is now a little older. Not older, just still a kid. And while Sue Storm was about to go to another room, she notices something, and then later noticed that it is Franklin talking to Doctor Doom. And that was a very awesome scene. I mean, I already expected that Doctor Doom would be in the post-credit scene, like ever since he got announced in San Diego Comic-Con last year. But it was still amazing to see him. Unfortunately, we don't see Robert Downey Jr.'s face. And I had to look up to see if Robert Downey Jr. was in the suit, but looks like he was in the suit, which is kind of interesting for a faceless cameo. But we're gonna see more of him in both Doomsday and Secret Wars, which will be very awesome. And you have a little post-credit scene of just intro of this cartoon Fantastic Four, which kind of pays homage to the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, which I've never seen, but I've heard about it, and it's cute. The intro was alright. Nothing too special. But it was alright. I like how they made it an animated cartoon version of the quote unquote real life Fantastic Four that takes place in the world. Um so yeah, overall, I really liked Fantastic Four First Steps. I really had a decent time with it, and I hope you do. And so what are you guys' thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Fantastic Four First Steps. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and you want to see more of my videos, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, and peace out, bye.